50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 514. Today is April 7th, 2025, and the national championship is here, kid. How are you? How was the weekend? Profitable this weekend for you, huh?
Yeah, pretty profitable. I hit a couple parlays, been doing my thing, so that's good. The weekend itself, productive weekend, not the most,
Exciting.
Yeah, not the most exciting weekend. It's been raining all weekend. It's been cloudy. Shit, I'm a little tired, but other than that, we've been winning some bets. Had a good UFL week once again. Let's get into it.
Yeah, and also shitty weekend up in Rhode Island. It was nice to get away, but it was just pouring the whole weekend.
Well, it was about the same here. Just not pouring, just wet. It was moist out.
Good seafood. Good seafood,
I'll
tell you that much. But man, what a weekend. And all the people who said the tournament was bad. We got two great games over the weekend. Like I was telling you, these are the four best teams. But I do want to shout out Alexander Ovechkin, man. What a fucking man this guy is. He broke Wayne Gretzky's scoring record. And shout out for him doing it the right way. Over the weekend, he could have done it against the Blackhawks with like an empty netter. And he told his coach, don't put me in. I want to do it the right way. So shout out him for actually being a boy's boy and doing it the right way. But he did break it Sunday. Second period against the Islanders. Actually, the same team that Wayne Gretzky broke the record with.
What's the chances?
Yeah, what are the chances as well? This is the first time since 1970 that the NBA's all-time scoring record and the NHL's all-time goal record were both held by active players. In 1970, Gordie Howard was in his final season before his retirement, and Wilt Chamberlain was playing for the Lakers. But Alexander Ovechkin does it. Same amount of games as well. 1,487 games for Wayne Gretzky. He had 894 goals and 895 goals for Alexander Ovechkin. He got hurt this season and the lockout. Forgot the year of the lockout and also the COVID year as well. So essentially he did it in less games. But man, shout out Ovi. Was there to see him win a cup. And that would have been... I'm so glad he won a cup because that would have been the nail that would have haunted him. Because if he broke this record, people would have been, he couldn't win the big one.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the Melo effect. Like,
yeah,
he did everything else, but he don't got the ring.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that it goes like that.
It is. I think it's our generation too. Or do you think it's just across the board?
I feel like it's been like that, and our generation is just keeping it on because what we kept hearing, like when we were as kids, Charles Barkley was great, but he never won.
Yeah.
Now it's AI. Then it was AI.
Yeah.
Now it's Melo.
Yeah. It was unfortunate,
and next is James Harden.
Oh,
Dwight
won. Yeah, Lakers.
Come on.
Sorry. Don't want to disrespect it. But yeah, I did want to lead the show off by congratulating Alexander Ovechkin. I was there down in the DMV area when they did win the cup back in 2017, 2018. So it's great. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's the greatest goal scorer of our generation of all time now. So love it. His mom was there, his wife was there, everyone was there. Class act by the Islanders as well. I'll say this though, the celebration was a little too long. Let's do it in intermission, all right? Let's get the game going.
That for 9. I understand that it's been 20, 30 years since Gretzky, and it's well deserved. Realistically, when the next time this record is going to get broken, possibly never.
He's still going, so
but that's the thing. Possibly never. So why not celebrate and have a nice ceremony for it? To be honest.
Yeah, all the haters. I was seeing some awful things. They're like, how can you root for a guy who supports Putin because he's Russian? Like, what are we doing here? It's so sad. It's so sad.
I just want to talk about anything.
Yeah,
bro.
crazy, but man, shout out Ovechkin. Not the most news in the NFL, NBA. We got some, but I do want to talk about the Final Four. It was amazing. Florida with the big win. They get the win over Auburn. Walter Clayton Jr. I mean, what this kid is doing, I say it podcast after podcast. Man, he's the best point guard in the country, and I don't even think it's a debate at this point. He's the first player with back-to-back 30-point games in the Elite Eight and later in the tournament since Larry Bird, 1979. Man, coming back home to his home state. He was in Iona up here in New York with I always forget his name. Oh, Rick Pitino. And then going back home, choosing to stay and go to his home state. He's one win away, but man, Florida was really good down the stretch too. I think second half they really they changed the formation, really started to hit their free throws as well. And Janiyah Broome, I mean, under 19 points. What did I say?
Mm-hmm.
They just couldn't hit a shot in the second half. I thought the injury started to get to him a little bit, and we see it time and time after all the big games. Everyone gets a little tight with the last 5 minutes, and you saw it in that Auburn team. And you got to give credit to Florida; they're one of the best teams.
Yeah, it's great. Like you said, great performance by Clayton Jr. He's just a stud. I think he's proven, like you say, he may just be the best guard in the country. Tough battle for Auburn. Like they deserve to be in that game. They're showing they're one of the best teams in the country. It's just they didn't have enough power for what Florida was bringing to the table. So give credit to Florida for advancing. I tell you what, though, it's gonna be an interesting matchup tonight. I tell you.
Yeah. And Elijah Martin as well, 17 points. He was very clutch as well. I thought getting some big rebounds late in that second half. I thought that was the difference maker. But yeah, Auburn, great season. They were the number one overall team. But Walter Clayton Jr., I mean, that three in the corner, that fadeaway three was just like, I don't understand how he does it.
He's
that
NBA ready. That's NBA
Oh,
ready.
100%. And he also has the contact going to the rim, the jelly. I'm sitting there like, yo, this kid is a stud. And it doesn't seem like the moment is too big for him. So you love to see that. So Florida does advance tonight with the national championship, and they will play Houston. Elvis, I do not ever want to hear another word come out of your mouth of disrespecting this Cougar team. I mean, what they did Saturday night, it was the game of the year, I thought. Duke was basically in control, it looked like, for most of the game. And then what a collapse. I mean, Duke is the only team to have an NCAA tournament game with a higher field goal percentage, more free throw attempts, more assists, fewer turnovers, more steals than their opponent, and yet still lose since stats became official in 1986. Teams that have led those categories were 335-0 when doing that in the tournament. Ultimate collapse. Honestly, I love seeing the collapse because I'm not really a Duke fan. And why are they showing too much of Coach K? It's not his team anymore.
Yes, but why do they show Taylor Swift a lot?
Yeah, I think the difference is Coach K is arguably the best college basketball coach of all time. Taylor Swift has no relevance in football. At least he has relevance.
I agree with the statement 100%. But I'm just letting you know the reason why. Why they show this person, that person.
It's kind of sickening, though.
Yeah. To me, they shouldn't have shown Coach. They show Coach K more than they show the actual head coach. And to me, that's a little a slap in the face.
Yeah, basically saying, John Schneider, yeah, you got them here, but if it wasn't for Coach K, you wouldn't have done anything.
You wouldn't be the guy. You're not the guy.
It's kind of disrespectful.
Yes. Now back to the game. To me, yes, a lot of people want to talk about the meltdown at the end of the game, but this game, honestly, to me, should have got out of hand early on. We saw Duke, on the boards early on. Honestly, Houston as well on the offensive glass, but they struggled making field goals and early on in the first half. To me, Duke's had 8-point lead early on. They could have easily stretched it out to a 15. At least a double-digit point lead, and they just couldn't. And I honestly don't know why. To me, Cooper Flagg showed up. He had a great game, but the big man, I don't want to butcher his name, McCulloch. To me, he
Oh
was
yeah.
he was poorly from the free throw line, especially in the first half. And other guys like Proctor, James, they could honestly
Proctor
offensive.
was all
Yeah, they weren't consistent enough. And give credit for Houston. Like I said, they started off rough. They shot poorly from the field, but Sharp ended up going. Crowder ended up going. Even Roberts, defensively as well. He had 12 boards. To me, they played well enough to win the game. But to me, everybody want to talk about the meltdown at the end. You look at the first 5-8 minutes of the game. Duke could have easily took control of the game early on, and they couldn't. So give credit to Houston,
yeah.
making me look like a fool. I've been calling them frauds for about a month now, and look, to me, they have a very good chance of becoming national champions tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Kelvin Simpson or Sampson, the head coach, he's been
First
fantastic
of all,
for
I
the
love the
Cougars.
guy because he's out there just chill in a polo and slacks
Yeah,
for a
he's a
Final
legend.
Four game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a legend right there.
Yeah, shout out Kelvin Sampson. And all the Duke fans, trust me, I got a lot of Duke fans.
I know you do. I know you do.
Rob was texting me, people online, the over the back. Yes, soft call. It probably shouldn't have been a foul. But let's be honest, the Houston was still it didn't really determine anything because Houston still had the board. LJ Cryer still got the rebound, so I don't think they should have called that. I thought that was kind of soft. But let's not kid ourselves, Elvis. Duke gets every call. Every call. I don't want to hear now that, the refs were against us. There were so many calls in the first half of the game that went against Houston.
How many? Not just this year, but how many years does Duke get favorable calls? So I don't want to
Every
hear.
game.
I don't want to hear about Duke about a bad call here and there. At the end of the day, it's a Final Four, and yeah, like a lot of people saying you're choking. Yeah, I choked it away. In my opinion, you should have took advantage in the first half, but like you said, it wasn't going to determine or change the outcome of the game. I was going to still most likely lose the game.
And I also, we don't want to discredit what Houston did coming back, and they've done it before. This is like this is not the first time they've come back and applied full court pressure late in the game to win the game. They've done this I want to say 3 times this season. So I also think Duke blowing all the teams out and not playing a close game, that hurt them because they got into it and they got tight. No one hit a free throw. Proctor, why give the ball to Proctor? He could not hit a free throw. He's one of the worst free throw shooters on the team. And to be honest, they don't have a true point guard. That winded up hurting them. Watching Villanova teams growing up and winning championships, how many guards did they have? 3, 4 guards. They didn't have a true guard. Proctor didn't want to. He looked like he didn't want to bring the ball up. It looked like it was all on Cooper Flagg. And he had an amazing game. I don't want anyone talking to me about Cooper Flagg. Now the question is, does he? And first of all, the shot to almost win the game, good shot, couldn't execute it. If he did make that shot, he would have been immortalized at Duke. But does he go back to college now?
I say it's a small chance. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this would have been a no doubter straight to the draft. Now with the NIL deal, anything is possible because you could. There's a small chance. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. It might be a crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper Flag could get like a 10, 12, $15 million to stay 1 year NIL at Duke. Wouldn't be surprised by it. With all the money that's coming in now, we just saw Final Four appearance. You never know. Some of these donors and boosters might be like, you know what, let's go all on it. Let's go all in for another year. I'll give it at least a 40% chance Cooper stays.
Wow, that's a big chance.
Look at all these other women on the opposite side staying all 4 years.
Shout out Paige Beckers.
Shout out Paige Beckers. Shout out UConn. Dominating win.
Shout out the women's Huskies. And Paige Beckers, she could have went to the WNBA, chose to come back.
3 years ago. With a torn ACL.
Chose to come back, and now look at her. Won a national championship. And that's what it's for. And it means a lot to these kids. But yeah, I mean, shout out the Cougars coming down. The only one of those 7,859 have yet to come back to every single one of those games. And the only team to ever do that was the Houston Cougars to come back. So Yeah, it was a crazy game. I'm glad they all lived up to the hype. And Duke just a little young. I said it in our preview of the game. The experience was going to hurt them. Yes, on paper they were probably the most complete team in the tournament, but they haven't played a close game, and in these moments that hurts you. And you got a bunch of fucking dogs on that team. LJ Cryer is a beast. Robinson or Roberts, Jawan Roberts is a beast as well. Joseph Tolger, beast. Samuel Sharp, beast. Like Florida is going to have their hands full tonight. It is going to live up to it. I cannot wait. So yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, and also shout out UConn women's team. Gino, he's goated, and Paige Beckers. I've been a Paige Beckers fan.
Mhm.
She's great. Still a Juju fan, but Paige Beckers is legit. Also let's stay on the hardwood. Dwight Howard, your boy, been elected to as a first ballot Hall of
Well
Famer.
deserved.
8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's an NBA champion back in 2020, won 1 Olympic gold medal. He recently said on his podcast, Above the Rim, shout out to his podcast, that he was jobless before joining the Lakers back in 2019, 2020, and he proceeded to win a championship, and now he has that accolade. He's on route to the Hall of Fame. It's a dream fulfilled, and I'm happy for Dwight Howard, to be honest.
Yeah, I said a couple pods ago. I know a lot of people, think Dwight's this, Dwight's that, but people who really watch the NBA, especially our generation, 25 to 35 years old, even so 40-year-olds, they can't deny that Dwight Howard, for a small period of time, or whatever time that was, from '08 to about 2015, he was the best big man in all of basketball. You can't deny how great Dwight Howard was. Yes, he has some off the court issues. Yes, you might not like um what he was doing late in his career, but for what he was doing as an Orlando Magic, he was the best big man in the NBA. So give credit to the White first ballot Hall of Famer. To me, is well deserved. And another thing people got to give him credit for, she kept the slam dunk contest alive for a little bit. So give Superman some love on that as well, because we've seen a ton of NBA stars who could be considered one of the best players in the league not take advantage of the moment, like Dwight. Dwight was a superstar, considered one of the best players at the time, and still participate in the dunk contest. And we're not seeing that in today's game. So I love Dwight. Shout out Dwight, and to me, he's a well-deserved first ballot Hall of Famer.
Is he the best center of your generation?
Is Jokic considered our generation?
I would argue, yeah.
If so, then no.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna say Dwight, man. Joel Embiid. I don't think he's our generation.
Come on, Joel Embiid.
No, but I don't think he's our generation.
Okay.
Well, he might. Honestly, Joel might. Yeah. I can't deny Dwight's greatness, but I can't put him ahead of those guys.
Would you take Joel in his prime or Dwight in his prime?
Joel, because he shoots 90% from the free throw.
Okay.
Is
Joel Embiid a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely. No doubt in my
mind. That's interesting. All right. What else? It was a light weekend in the NFL. I know right after our show, we got the news out of Arizona. Cardinals, they're making Pro Bowl tight end Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in the NFL. 4 years, $76 million extension. It's $43 million guaranteed. It's a $19 million on average. It's the highest ever for an NFL tight end. And hear this. Trey McBride was one of 4 players to see 100-plus targets and have a drop rate under 1%. You want to know the 4 guys?
For this year or all time?
This year.
Oof, this year. That's
well, obviously, Trey is 1.
Trey's 1. I'm going to say Puka Nacua.
Nope.
Oof. Your boy Garrett Wilson. Nah,
nope.
He dropped a few this early.
Under 1%.
Stephon Diggs?
Nope. You're not going to get him.
Jamar Chase?
Nope.
Under 1% drop rate.
Drop rate with 100-plus targets.
1%.
You should get one immediately, and I'm surprised you didn't.
CD Lamb?
Nope.
Damn.
I'll tell you the team, but that's like giving it away.
Hold on, one more.
Yeah. Come on, his dad is huge.
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
He's one.
He got 100 targets.
110 targets, 0.9.
I felt for like at least 4 or 5 weeks that boy had 3 catches for 40 yards for 4 weeks.
But he didn't drop any.
All right, I'll give you that.
He's 0.9% drop rate with 110.
So we gotta give Kyler Murray some credit then, because he's placing these balls right where they gotta be.
Kyler Murray is elite.
Yeah,
I've said that.
And 2 out of the 4 is his teammates.
I agree. That is a fact. But that wasn't the guy I was saying. I'm saying the dad is huge, not like a huge NFL guy, massive human being.
Oh, I forgot this dude. I know exactly who you're talking about. Forgot.
Amon St. Brown.
Yeah.
His dad was Mr. Yo. 134 targets, 0.7 drop rate. Trey McBride, 0.7 drop rate. Marvin Harrison Jr., 0.9. And this guy, who is number 1 on the list, out of 119 targets, 119 catches. He was the only player last year with 0 drops, with over obviously 100 targets.
Shit.
He was on your team a few years ago.
So on my team a few years ago. Oh, Jacoby Myers.
Yes, sir. Jacoby Myers, 109 with a 0.0 drop rate. That's crazy, but
with
I think it's
quarterbacks.
Yes. I mean, say what you want. Trey McBride, and I know he went weeks without getting a touchdown. Trey McBride is elite.
Yeah. Does he deserve to be the highest paid tight end of all time?
Yes.
I'm going to say no on that one, because I don't think he's the best tight end of football right now.
He's better than Travis Kelce. He's better than Mark Andrews. He's better than Dallas Goedert. He's better than George Kittle. The only one is maybe TJ Hawkinson.
I wouldn't say. Put it this: I got Sam Laporta over him. I got George Kittle over him.
I'll give you George Kittle, but not Sam Laporta.
Brock Bowers.
No, 1 year.
We saw a lot in that 1 year. We saw records in that 1 year.
But he drops. My man don't drop balls.
No, I hear you. I'm gonna take George Kittle. Trey McBride is up there. I'm gonna take George Kittle. I'm in a big game. Give me Travis.
Well, they're all going to reset the market right now. He's the most at 19. Travis Kelce's making 17.1. TJ Hawkinson is 16.5. George Kittle's at 15. He's up for a contract. He's probably gonna break it. Dallas Goedert's at 14.25, and Mark Andrews is at 14. Sam Laporta and them, they're gonna break it. They're gonna reset the market. But he's a top 5. Whether you agree he's the best or not, he's up there.
He's up there.
But yeah, I'm glad he got paid. Much deserved. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention this. Your boy, former Cowboys and 49ers quarterback Trey Lance. He reached an agreement with the Chargers. It's going to be Trey Lance and Taylor Heineke are now the backups for Justin Herbert. QB2, QB3. What are we thinking here for Trey Lance? Does he actually get time?
Realistically, who's more? Who do you think is gonna the playbook is gonna be more favored towards?
Taylor Heineke.
All right, who runs a more similar offense? Justin Herbert and Trey Lance, or Taylor Heineke? You could run similar. You could. All I'm saying is you could run similar things that you do with Justin Herbert with Trey Lance. Taylor Heineke is more in pocket. You think?
I think what Jim Harbaugh is trying to do, they're not rolling out Trey Lance and Justin Herbert. They're going to sit in the pocket.
How many times you saw Trey? I think Justin Herbert ran for like 300-400 last year.
But that's not designed. It's different than in the QB sneak. He's sitting in the pocket, and the pocket's breaking down. What does the Chargers want to do? They want to run the ball. They're not about sitting here.
I think they want to have some motions involved.
They don't want to hurt Justin Herbert. You don't want to. He's a big boy, and he's already injury prone.
I understand, but that man had like 400 rushing yards last year, and it was effective.
Who's a better quarterback?
Plus, we saw the better.
Taylor Heineke or Trey Lance? There's no
Realistically, we saw Taylor Heineke lead the Commanders into the playoffs. We've seen that,
and he competed against the GOAT.
Yes, since he's been looking like an below average quarterback. But from what I've seen thus far, Taylor Heineke. Who do I have more faith in? Trey Lance.
Wow. That is a crazy take.
Hey, I just told you who's the better quarterback, but I'm telling you, who do I have more faith in moving forward? It's Trey Lance. I think that his ceiling is much higher. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to reach it.
But it's just sad. Like, when are we going to get to a point when Trey Lance can actually play? Because it does, regardless whether we think he's that's the thing. So what are we doing here? Just go to the UFL. Get reps in.
At the end, Dylan, let's just be honest. Who's the more talented, God-gifted player? Taylor Heineke or Trey Lance?
Taylor Heineke. This man can't stay on the field. It doesn't matter.
So you're telling me Taylor Heineke runs, jumps, and throws the ball fast?
Now, probably, yeah, because of all the injuries to Trey Lance. I don't trust Trey Lance. He's fragile as hell.
This guy.
You trust Trey Lance? If he was that good and had all the talent that you're describing, why didn't he play at a big time school? Why was he in the Dakotas?
Who was the top 3 overall pick?
So was Zach Wilson. See, it doesn't matter.
You're moving the goalposts.
No, I'm not.
We saw the potential of Trey Lance.
We saw the potential in Zach Wilson too.
And nobody never saw the potential of Taylor Heineke. He came in, he stepped up, and he played well.
Who will last longer in the NFL, Taylor Heineke or Trey Lance? You know the answer, Elvis. You're a smart man. You do.
I don't, because there's a few quarterbacks in the NFL. Remember the guy from the Bills? What was his name?
So why wasn't in all those times that Dak got hurt and all the times Cooper Rush wasn't delivering, why not throw Trey Lance in? If he's that talented, why not? They were getting blown out some of these games. Why not throw the kid in and see what you have?
We saw it a couple of times. It wasn't great.
My point exactly. We saw it out of Taylor Heineke. He's a veteran quarterback that could win you football games. And those are the type of guys that could last you 10 to 15 years in the NFL. Not starting quarterback. He's a true backup. Trey Lance will never be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Never. That's a fact. I know you don't like it, but it's a fact.
No, I honestly could care less. I
could care less either. I think he's awful. I truly do. I never thought he was that talented. And it was one of the few mistakes Kyle Shanahan went on. I'm like, why are you guys drafting? I was like, I don't see it. Maybe obviously you guys have better eye. You're in the league for a reason. But I never saw it. Even watching football, I'm like, okay, he's out of Dakota. Look like
I would have drafted Mac Jones 3rd overall. That's just me. Coming off a national championship, that's what I would have done. But hey.
Is that the worst draft class for quarterbacks? I mean, Mac Jones is bad too.
It might be.
That who was number 1?
Trevor Lawrence.
And the jury's still out on that guy.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, all bums. All bums.
And then Mac Jones.
Bum.
Justin Fields.
Legend.
I think Justin Fields went before Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Justin went
So
before
2
Mac.
starting quarterbacks, and one, I think, outside of me being biased, most of the world would think, hey, he's probably not a starting quarterback.
Who's the second starting quarterback?
What happened?
Who's the
Justin
second?
Fields and Trevor Lawrence.
Well, yeah, but we just saw Justin Fields, be benched last year.
Unfortunately,
as of right now, he is the New York Jets starter. Yes.
Yeah, he is, and deservingly so. $40 million. Mac Jones not getting $40 million.
But never.
Mac Jones.
Maybe
Oh,
one day.
no,
Maybe one day.
I
He
mean,
could make it. He could probably make it. I
oh,
don't know if he'll get it in the NFL, but
it's
yeah.
sad. But anything else? Oh, by the way, another 3-1 week in the UFL. Stallions haven't lost back to back. Like I said, that was the lock. 21-12. They go on the road. 2 road games here for the Stallions. Interesting. They beat the Panthers 21-12. Memphis plus 7.5. Too many points. DC, yeah, they were going to win. I thought that, but they were not going to win by a touchdown. Memphis, bad, but not terrible, I'll say. What happened to the offense for the Renegades? Yeah, they won, but Houston covered. I mean, the -10 was not the play. The under was the play. Shout out you.
That's the only thing that was good.
And then St. Louis, they covered the 7 or 8, whatever you were able to get. San Antonio is bad too. So 3-1. The one that I lost was Arlington. I mean, Luis Perez in that fucking offense, man. What the fuck was that? They won, but not the best performance. How did you do over the weekend, UFL?
Yeah, I went up 1-1, and then I also hit a parlay on the side because I knew Birmingham. I wasn't certain, but I was like, you know what? Let me get the Birminghams on the money line. Took DC on the money line, and then I took St. Louis on the money line. Those 3 hit -116, so that took care of business. I hit, like you said, I hit the under on the Arlington and Houston game, but DC got me by the hook. Couldn't cover the 2 points. Couldn't cover the number against Memphis. I kind of surprised, especially how well DC played last week against the Stallions. Memphis, they played better. Give credit for Memphis for showing up and not looking as bad as it did on week 1. But kind of surprising how they were able to keep it close. But shout out Memphis. But you went 1-1. You had a good week. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, good game Friday. Stallions get finally a home game against Arlington. Memphis home against Houston. No lines out yet. They usually put them out like on either Wednesday or Thursday. Memphis at home against Houston. Should be probably around a pick 'em. Maybe Memphis a little bit of a favorite here. Michigan should be favorites at home against San Antonio, and I think St. Louis should be home favorites, small favorites against DC.
Yes.
I don't want to see any of these big favorites anymore.
St. Louis so far has been the best team through 2 weeks. So
Really?
So far, they've been consistently 20+ points a game.
Yeah.
Defensively holding their opponents to under 12.
Mm-hmm.
So far,
yeah, I would argue, yeah, they're probably the second best team outside of Birmingham, and I thought it was going to be.
Who's been more impressive?
I would say Birmingham still. They were good,
They looked
even in
bad
the loss.
They looked bad last week.
Their defense was still good, and then they turned it around. I still take the Stallions, but yeah, no, St. Louis has definitely looked really good here, and wait till they verse each other. I can't wait. That should be a really good game. I don't know when they play.
Next week.
No, week. That's Arlington. Arlington plays Birmingham. When does St. Louis play? I'm looking at the schedule. St. Louis and Arlington.
Oh, they don't play for a minute.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. St. Louis. Oh, they play week 8 in St. Louis. That should be in the Dome in St. Louis. That should be a good week. May 17th. So they got some time to prepare. But all right, kid, anything else I missed over the weekend, or did I cover it? It's Masters week too.
I'm trying to think. Nah, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, you watching WrestleMania this weekend? Or no, it's next weekend.
You don't even know what's going on.
It's next weekend.
Isn't it at MetLife?
No, that's SummerSlam. WrestleMania's in Vegas. 2 nights.
2 nights. To be honest, I might have to catch a night, but
you got to.
Yeah, one night.
Just
at least a couple of matches. Not gonna watch the whole thing, but at the end of it is WrestleMania. To me, you're not a true American if you don't at least dabble a little bit on at least WrestleMania. Everything else, okay, but WrestleMania, you got at least. Oh, okay.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, kid, before we get to Final Four, National Championship plays, a quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the national championship. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid. Hey, late start time here for the national championship. 8:50 start. Probably closer to a little 9 after the national.
Real quick for the people listening out there, let me give you a heads up because I was bamboozled the other night during the Duke game. I put my TV on. It said 8:50. I scrolled up 8:48. Game didn't start till about 9:27, Dill. I was just listening to Chuck and Kenny and them for about 25 minutes. You know me.
They were sad too. Auburn lost.
Yeah, Chuck was sad. They kept trolling it. Magic was there too. Shout out Magic. But at the end, we all know this game ain't gonna start at 8:50. So why are these people saying that the game is gonna start at 8:50? Don't get bamboozled. You go do what you gotta do. The game's not gonna start till at least 9:10, 9:15.
Yeah, easy. Late game here tonight, boys. In the dome. By the way, the seating is awful. I don't even know why people would pay to sit all the way up there in that dome. If you're not in like the second level or right there.
For like $40 to be in the building.
You can't even see it with binoculars though. It's bad out there. Oh man, they're just trying to rip people off. It's sad, but as you guys know, I do have a Florida National Championship ticket plus 300. I'm just going to double down. I'm not hedging. I don't hedge. Hedging's for losers. Do not hedge. Florida, -1, -116, +1 for Houston, -104 on the money line. Totals at 140.5. Seems a little high if I'm being honest. It seems like a true coin flip game. I'll let you lead it off first, kid. I think on principle you have to take Houston. I mean, you've been talking all this shit. Now you have to back them here.
I tell you what, I did cash on Saturday. Houston +5.5, so they are, returning favorites my way. We'll say that. I bashed on them. They've been giving me back money, so I appreciate Houston covering the 5.5 on Saturday, like I said they would. One thing to say, this is going to be a great matchup. They'll, like you said, the guard, Clayton Jr., back-to-back 30-point games. Are we going to see this man give us 3 straight 30-plus games?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doubting him. It'll be pretty damn amazing if he does. I think it's going to be tough. We saw the jitters even the beginning of the Final Fours on the Houston side. Even though we said, these upperclassmen, they're the ones that win championship deal. They struggled from the field to start the game. I expect both these teams to struggle from the field just a little bit early on. Get in rhythm. Get their feet set. I wouldn't be surprised they're a little nervous as well. I do think Houston could possibly take care of business. I love Florida. All I'm saying is it's going to be tough if somebody's not able to come alongside with Clayton Jr. and give them that extra firepower that they need. I think I might roll with what you told me to do. I might go with Houston, but I'm going to take the under 140.5. That's my official play at -105. Final Four, both games went under. You can make the case they both went way under. And I think defensively, both teams are going to be able to lock in. I think both offenses start off a little slow, and then down the stretch, you're going to see both these defenses getting real knit and grit. And we're not going to see that whistle get blown a ton of times like we see.
They better not
during the regular season. So give me the under -105. Give me the under 140.5 at -105. And give me Houston to win it all, -103. I think I have to do it just because I call them frauds. And why not? I get to talk shit against Dylan on Thursday saying how I pick a national champ.
Yeah, I'm just going to double down on Florida here. I have the Florida ticket. I'm not going to hedge. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to put a little more money here on Florida. I took them on the money line, -114, -1 at -107. I think that's a good play as well. It's going to be tough. Houston, they're the best defense in the country. They have men on that team. If they could slow down Walter Clayton Jr., then I think they're live. I love the under 140.5. I think it's going to be like a 60 to. I don't think there's going to be a blowout. I think maybe 64 to 60 Florida, but I think we see a low scoring game. Both teams under. Team total under, I would take. I don't think we're gonna see a very high scoring game here. I like rebounds. If we're looking at props, over 6.5 rebounds for Jawan Roberts. He is a machine on the boards. He had 12 rebounds the other night. I was looking at threes maybe, and I was looking at LJ Cryer, and 3 threes is at minus 143. A little chalky, I would say. I'm going to go over points, though, for Walter Clayton Jr. 19.5 is just too small. Give me the over 19.5. You get that at minus 118. I just think, yes. Can they contain him for under 30? Yeah. But 19 just seems a little too small. Yeah, he gets to the free throw line.
And he's going to have the green light as well.
Oh, 100%. He makes tough shots, man. So, yeah, I'm going to take his over points as well. But go Gators, man. I'm going to take Florida here. I have the ticket. I'm just going to double down, and hopefully we see a good game. I don't think we see a blowout. I really don't. These two teams, great defense. They're well coached. And I just think they got a bunch of ballers on this team. So I'm going to take Florida. You are on Houston. We both like the under as well. Any player props? Did you look at that market? Anything that catch your eye?
I'm with you, man. I like Roberts. Like you said, he had 12 rebounds against Duke the other night. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes well over this number. I think at minus 140 over 6.5. That's a great number. Even if you could get at 8+ rebounds, I'm gonna see if I can get you the number on that real quick. Because if he had 12 the other night, I wouldn't be surprised he plays big minutes, gets you 8. Roberts plus 122, 8+ rebounds. I like that as well. Give me a sprinkle on that.
Yeah. All right, kid. Well, good luck on. Maybe have a cup of coffee around 8:00 because it might.
Oh
be
yeah, I have to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little late one.
At 8:50, I'm gonna go walk the dogs, pick a poop. And the game's still not going to start.
Just please, just catch the national anthem. That's all I ask.
I'll watch it on my phone.
That's all I ask. All right, okay, let's actually stay on the hardwood. We'll go to the NBA. How many games do we have? 9 games. No, actually just 2 games. It's a small 2-game slate. We got the Sacramento Kings on the road taking on the Detroit Pistons. Pistons laying 6.5 at home, and then the Heat are laying 13. Whoo, geez, Louise. Yeah. I actually kind of liked one play, but I'll let you go first. Anything that you like here? It's just a 2-game slate.
Yeah, today's slate, though, it's kind of ugly. Kind of a shame that it's only 2 days, but hey, bittersweet. This is the final week of the NBA season, people. The regular season ends this Sunday, so
thank God.
That's crazy. But hey, yeah, playoff basketball, nothing like it. I caught a great number earlier. I'm touching on Detroit Pistons games. Sacramento Kings taking on Detroit Pistons. Over there sitting at 229.5. I caught the +7 earlier. I still like the +6.5. I do think Sacramento could keep it close. Detroit already wrapped up a playoff spot. They're chilling, I think, at the 5th or 6th seed. Sacramento, man. They trying to make that play-in push. I think they still have a shot to get in the final week. I think they make it close. Might be live dogs as well. Give me the +6.5. Give me the +7 on the road, Dill. And then I got a few games for tomorrow. Some lines out for tomorrow. 7:00 start. Atlanta Hawks taking on the Orlando Magic. Another number that I took Atlanta Hawks +5. I still like the +4.5, people. In my opinion, I just think the Atlanta Hawks, don't get me wrong, even though Orlando Magic is a little healthy, I just like the way Atlanta Hawks have been playing lately. That's all. Give me the +4.5, +5. I think they keep it close. Next game, great game. Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks. Your New York Knicks, Dylan. Both won 4 out of the last 5.
50 wins.
50 wins. Who would have thought?
OG.
Jaylen Brown had a monster game the other day.
Don't matter.
I'm sorry. Give me the -3.5 with the Boston Celtics, Dylan. And you know why. What is your record against the top 5 teams in the NBA this season?
Defeated.
I don't have the exact number, people, but
it's 0-27. I'm just saying
that,
but
yeah, the Knicks have won 0 games this season versus the top 5 teams in the NBA. That's an issue. And you're just giving me 3.5 points with the defending champs? Give me the Celtics on the road minus 3.5. Next game, Los Angeles Lakers taking on the OKC Thunder. Surprising win the other night, double digits. Lakers was leading by 20, damn near 30 at half. Hey, Luka LeBron might have something cooking. Catching another 8.5 points. I do think OKC bounces back, but I'm gonna put them in a teaser deal. I'm gonna tease the Lakers up to plus 14.5. I'm like, it's no way they get blown out tomorrow. So I'm gonna play safe, put them in a teaser, and my other team on the two-way teaser. Give me the Golden State Warriors. They're laying 6 against the Phoenix Suns, 6.5, whatever number you could get. Phoenix Suns is over. It's over. They lost 5-6 straight.
We
games.
clapped them the other night.
Yeah, clapped them. And they were up on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And they were up on y'all. So
they're trash.
They're trash. Shout out Spencer Dinwiddie saying they're trash. Give me the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna just tease them down because they're on the road. If they were in Golden State, I would have laid it now. It might be a big game from Kevin Durant. We'll see if he's back from injury, but give me the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers two-way 6-point teaser minus 134. Oh, Shea Alexander didn't have a bad game, but it was held to 26 points Saturday. The same matchup against the
They
Lakers.
got smoked.
I don't think the Lakers contain them to under 30 again. Give me over 31.5 minus 116 for possibly the future MVP.
I'll say this. There are going to be major changes coming to Phoenix next season in the offseason.
I said that months ago.
Yeah, me too.
You reported old news.
I'm just saying what people might not think, but I got one play. I agree. I think the Kings, you got a good number. I see 7s out there. No more 7.5s. I see 6.5 as well. I think this game could come down to the wire, so it makes sense, obviously, grabbing the points. Obviously, Sacramento, I do think Sacramento has a small advantage off of pure talent against Detroit outside of Cade Cunningham. And the matchups are pretty strong for the Kings, I think. Obviously, Detroit, home court advantage. I just don't think that should be enough to scare you off of Sacramento here in this spot. I would even sprinkle a little on the money line, plus 200. I think Sacramento's live here. So I agree. I think that's a good play as well. The other one I don't want to touch at all.
Yeah, me either. Ugly game.
Yeah, that's disgusting. But they're smart. Not really scheduling anything here for the national championship. Let's go to the NHL. Only 5 games here on the ice. I do have a few plays. We will start. Let me just get this up here while I
got one game, Dale.
Oh, you got it. Let's go.
Edmonton Oilers, late game. Edmonton Oilers taking on Anaheim Ducks. Over on the sitting at 6.5. Oilers favorite minus 145. Numbers came down minus 142. Give me Edmonton on the money line minus 142. I'm gonna take them on the road against the Anaheim Oilers. I did no intel from Cuddy. This is just for me.
Oh, it's you.
So just tread lightly. I'm gonna lay a little chalk. Give me Edmonton on the road minus 142.
All right, I like it, kid. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that first game, the Kraken and the Kings. Seattle on the road. They are about 2-1 underdogs. Kings minus 223 on the money line. Over under is at 5.5. Kings, they've won 4 in a straight coming into this game. They've given up 2 goals or fewer in all 4 victories. Kings, they've been the stingiest teams in the first period. They've given up only 42 goals this season in the first period. They've gone 7 straight games of 15 of 16 without giving up 1 goal in the first 20 minutes. So give me Kraken first period under a half a goal. I don't think Kraken gets a goal here in the first period. And then the last game, we'll go to one of the last games, 10:30 here on the East Coast. Calgary Flames, they are road favorites against probably one of the worst teams in the league, the San Jose Sharks. Sharks, like I said, plus 184 at home. Total is at 6. I'm going to take the under 6 here. I think the total is a little too high. Low scoring games, they've been the story when Calgary faces teams within the Pacific Division. 17 to 21 games going under this total. And Calgary's record, 24-9 to the under following a loss. They lost the other night. I think they're going to come out, play a little defense. I see 5.5 shot out there, but I do like, I have a 6 right here at -115, and I'm going to take that. I think we see a lower scoring game here. And then we will end it on the diamond. What a performance from your Boston Red Sox the other night. I mean, Sunday Night Baseball, they just put it on them. I know, tough start to the season for Rafael Devers, but he's really turned it around now. He has, I think, five straight games with 5 straight hits. So he's really turning it around. Christian Campbell, he's legit. Alex Bregman just keeps hitting home runs. So nice turnaround here for the Red Sox, I will say. Mets best bullpen in the league. No big deal. What do we like here for Monday, kid?
Yeah, a few games on today. You know, we gotta respect it. Yankees already losing, so that's a good sign. Let's go with my Red Sox still. Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Red Sox. We won 5, 6 straight games. Still, we got it going. Back at home. Fritz is on the mound. We saw all the runs we scored last night. Offense was on fire. Give me the under 8.5. I do think we should be favored as well, but we won 5 straight. I think it might be wanting to go the opposite side here. Even though I'm a Red Sox fan, just keeping it real, people. After all those runs scored yesterday, ugly, rainy day today. Give me the under 8.5. Don't expect a ton of runs from either side. We just saw Vladimir Guerrero get that huge
Shout out
contract.
Vlad.
Shout out Vlad Jr. for getting that huge contract. He was out there celebrating with the family. He's gonna be a little sluggish today, people. Give me the under 8.5. Red Sox in Toronto. Next game, Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles struggling, Dill. Struggling early on, which is okay for all our people in the DMV. It's okay, but you are struggling. Give me the D-backs, -131 with Gafflin on the mound. Right now, numbers heading my way. Oh, the opposite way, -125. Catch it if you want now. Give me the 5-5 Diamondbacks at home, -131 in the money line. Next, my final game, San Diego Padres taking on Athletics. Sirianni on the mound for the Oakland. Matt King on the mound for San Diego. Give me surprising one of the best teams in baseball to start it off. Give me the Padres. Laying chalk here, people. Still early on. Gotta fill it out. I'm laying the chalk here. -149 on the money line. Give me Matt King and the Padres.
All right. And gave us some things. Gave us some plays here. I like the Red Sox on the money line. I usually like to fade teams playing Sunday Night Baseball, but I don't trust Toronto here. Bad bullpen. I'm going to take them Red Sox at home -126. I think that's a good price. I'm going to fade Baltimore too. Yes, hitting has been great, but the pitching has not been good. You got Zach Gallen on the mound, and he is just a way better pitcher. Offense, they have a top 10 offense here at home, -116. I think that's a great price at home for the Snakes. I like that. One of the most surprising teams in the league, first place San Francisco Giants. 8-1. I will take them on the money line. I got a -135. It's up there to -148. I think this is a really good. I like Hunter Green. He gets a lot of strikeouts, but they just don't have the run support to help him in this matchup. So I'm going to take the Giants here. And then lastly, I agree. I'm going to take the Padres here. I got it at -140 up there to -152. Severino has been good at home, but Michael King is just a little bit better. Offense has been clicking on all cylinders. So I agree. I'm going to take the Padres here. Straight up. All right, kid, that is it. Anything? Oh, you touching on the Masters. Masters start this Thursday. It's a rainy day here on Monday.
I'm not going to touch it. If Tiger would it, it's
Maybe
mandatory to take Tiger to make the cut. I gotta see maybe a little sprinkle, a couple plus, 30.
Are you gonna watch though?
It depends what time I get home from work. Catch a few holes. Not watch from the start. They tee off at 6 a.m. I'm at work at 5:30.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I'll probably watch it. I downloaded the app. The app is great. Looking at each hole and how everything is, how every player is going, and if it comes down to it this weekend, and it's a race, and you got two guys going neck and neck. Yeah, I'll probably put it on. There's nothing like watching the Masters. I think Augusta National's amazing.
Definitely Sunday. Come on.
Yeah. But all right, kid, that is going to do it. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys on Thursday. Peace.